If you are ever tempted to look for outside approval, realize that you have compromised your integrity. If you need a witness, be your own. Epictetus. There's this looming self-doubt in our lives that's revolved around seeking constant approval from other people. Now more than ever, with the existence of social media and the dopamine systems that reward constant gratification. This state of being can keep you from making decisions and feeling happy when you accomplish things because your feeling of achievement is dependent on other people's words, opinions, and judgments. Trying to nurture people into complimenting you and confirming your insecurities will get you nowhere. But realizing that at any moment you could die and taking life less seriously will get you the peace of mind that you've always wanted. This talk will revolve around the issue of why we seek approval and validation from others, how Memento Mori will help you stop caring what others think, and how to balance taking life seriously but not being a tyrant to your own mind. Enjoy, and let's dive in. To understand this, let's run it back to your childhood. Try to visualize and remember what it was like back then to see if this makes sense. If you were anything like me, you had something called inconsistent parenting. One time you do something and get yelled at. Then you do the same thing again, but this time it's fine. Your parents were victims of their own emotions and state of being at the moment. When they were nervous and stressed, their behavior was projected onto you. When they were happy, their behavior was projected onto you. Moody, whatever I feel like today kind of parenting. Just a quick caveat before we start. Don't blame your parents. A lot of people are very quick to do that and play the victim mindset nowadays. You probably have it way better than they did. Example, my father grew up in communism and war and still came out supporting the whole family and making my life easier. He has some problems that he picked up along the way, but it's his first time living too. I recognize those issues that he created, but I don't try to blame him. I try to work on those deficits. So just remember that. Anyways, because of that inconsistent, unclear kind of parenting, you never learned what is acceptable and you never realized what is right and what is wrong. So to avoid punishment, you resort to not doing anything at all or asking for other people's opinions because you think they know what the rules of the game are. You think they know what is right and what is wrong. And if there is a paralysis of analysis, this would be called the paralysis of a checkmate, where every move feels like a loss, so you just stay in the same place while your time is running out. And this can be manifested in taking a lot of time to make simple decisions, asking the wrong people to give you opinions of something they have no clue about, constantly changing things based on what the next person said. Sounds familiar? But it's okay because this can be fixed. But first, let's take in a big breath with me and then let it out. And let's tell you something that will set you free. The truth that nobody told you shook you up to realize is that there are no rules. And it's okay if you haven't realized this before, because the only way to understand that the rules don't exist is if you accidentally break them or you fuck around and find out. The rules don't exist, and I mean that on every single level. If the president of the most powerful nation in the world doesn't remember where he is and who he is, but is supposed to be taken seriously, why would you think of any rules as that serious? Quote-unquote serious things like jobs are not so serious when you learn that Mark from HR deleted your perfectly qualified application because he woke up on the left leg that morning. Your future hangs on other people's feelings anyway, so you might as well fuck around if you can and have fun. And it's not only me saying this, but many other prominent people agree too. Alan Watts says, "A man suffers only because he takes seriously what the gods made for fun." Or my favorite from Dostoevsky, he says, "The cleverest of all is the man who calls himself a fool at least once a month." There's a term for not taking things so seriously, and it's called the levity, the treatment of a serious matter with humor or lack of respect. And that's not great. You want to treat serious things, well, seriously and with respect. But let's rethink what serious is. Let's look at an example of an income, a job, and making money to sustain your family, let's say. All your life, a career is presented as something that grown-up, serious people do. Be good at school, go to college, get a job, work hard, etc. And I'm not saying you shouldn't do these things. That's real work, something to be proud of. Finishing college is a great thing. But you also have to understand that as we speak, and I mean as we speak, a kid somewhere in Asia has made more money investing in crypto meme coins than you and me will probably this month or even year. So how do you feel about your serious career job right now? It's a little pointless, right? That's what I feel like when I tell people that YouTube is my full-time job. Anyways, one more reason not to take life so seriously would be memento mori, or remember you must die. It's something that the Stoics constantly remind us of. Our mortality, worries, embarrassments are not that important because in less than 2 decades, nobody will remember us anyway. But is it actually like that? Stoics say that nobody will remember you, but here we are reciting Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus now more than ever. So that's just some food for thought. I think the better way of thinking about mortality is that one day you will die, so you better pack up your shit and try to make a change in the world. Not longing to be remembered for the sake of being remembered, but striving for the quality of people who are remembered. So how do you achieve this levity while still having purpose and working towards it, working hard? You play sincerely, not seriously. And I'll repeat that again. You play sincerely, not seriously. Tryhards almost never win. Nobody likes tryhards because they enter a game of Monopoly trying to decimate everybody instead of having fun. It's like those guys who act like they're playing NBA Finals but they're just hooping in a park. The best results I ever made at anything came from taking things less seriously while still doing them justice and not half-assing them. So when I stopped training to failure on every set, I grew more muscle. When I made more time for my friends, my work improved. When I didn't take business calls so seriously, I got more clients. What playing sincerely allows you to do is open up your mind to creativity. So it's not just put your head down and work hard, but it's more so looking for those cheat codes in life that will let you make progress without much burnout and stress from work or from stress. And these are called high leverage activities, and they can be as simple as following the right people on social media, taking the right information in, or making friends with that one introverted guy in the back of the room that eventually becomes your best friend. So look for things that get you the most bang for your buck and prioritize them over anything. And to tie it all together, those cheat codes that I'm talking about are a form of breaking the rules. Breaking the norm that the people have been conditioned to believe is the only way. It can be as small as realizing that there is a certain structure of ordering your burrito that will get you extra carbs and protein. So all the way to money-making gaps in business that nobody sees. And one example of this would be a movie called The Big Short, where a famous investor, Michael Burry, trusts his judgment so much and bets against the whole economy in 2008. Nobody believes him. Everybody thinks he's crazy, but at the end, everything goes down and he wins. This is, of course, an extreme example, so take it with a grain of salt. But if you want peace of mind, it all starts with the rejection of seeking approval from others. Understanding that death may be around the corner, taking risks, and breaking some rules. Until next time, go break some rules. Thank you for watching.